warm welcome one and all, it's Nick here, and we're looking at a bit of a classic. It's The Way of the Exploding Fist, or Way of the Exploding Fist, however you want to look at it, published by Melbourne House in 1985 on the good old ZX Spectrum. It's billed as a karate simulation game, also come out on the Amstrad CPC, the BBC Micro, Commodore 64, and the Acorn Electron. Right, let's set this up. I need to get it on a joystick. But yeah, a rather good game this one. Quite basic, but it was from 1985. Heavily influenced by, I think, the arcade game Karate Champ by Data East. Now, it follows the rules of karate. You have to get one hit on your opponent, floor him, like I've just done there, to score points. If you score 2 points, you win the bout. Now, the scenery changes every now and again, depending on how far you got. But there's an old guy there, if you can just about see him in the white, struggling against colour bleed, but just about gets away with it. He's scoring the game, represented by your yin and yang symbols up the top there. So I've got 1.5, and now I've got 2. So I go through to the next round. I think there's 2 bouts in each scenario, and then you go up the dans. Quite a good game this, quite addictive. It's one of those ones that's going to keep you coming back to see how far you can get. It was one of the first games to include realistic graphics and movements there, and also won winner of the Game of the Year awards in 1985 in the Best Sports Game category, and overall it come second as the best game in the year. So there you go. Had a sequel called Exploding Fist 2, The Legend Continues, which wasn't quite like this, and then Exploding Fist Plus, which was back on this sort of format, and IK Plus as well, but I'm not sure that was a direct sequel. So quite a number of different moves here, compares favourably with another similar game, Ye Are Kung Fu. But as soon as you get your kick in, you win. There's blocks as well, somersaults. So it's all about timing this one, and I think we're going to win this. But like all these similar games, you learn, although there's about 16 odd moves, or quite a lot anyway, you favour just one move with the 8-bit technology, and that you can almost win the whole time. But I'll try and vary it for variety in this game. But it's always the same 2 guys. Minimal music, but always the same 2 guys. Right, the scenery changed, we're up to a first stand now. The guy in the background, you can see him a little bit more easier. I don't know where we are now, some sort of gym. There's lots of mats in the background there. Here we go. Let's see if we can progress beyond this, but we'll have a few goes. There we go. So ground kick works quite well. You see they've attempted a little bit of shadowing, which is good. So I think the name Way of the Exploding Fist comes a bit from Bruce Lee, the legend's fighting style, which translated from the Chinese, I believe, is Way of the Intercepting Fist. Exploding Fist sounds better. So we've got one yin-yang there already, you can see, in my top left. Time ticker down in the middle. If it gets to the end of the bout and no one's won, that guy in the background decides who's won. You get extra points for pulling off more daring moves. I went for a roundhouse kick there and got completely and utterly floored. So 1985, so it might have been the first game for a lot of people. If it was, comment below. But this is where fighting games is pretty much getting started off the ground. So this is the foundation, Way of the Exploding Fist. So it's got quite a good historical value as we've just lost that bout. Yeah, so we're going to have to start all over again. But nice graphics in the background there. I don't know if that's Mount Fuji or just a big pudding with cream on the top. Well, it's a purple mounting anyway. Here we go. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I slightly prefer Yeehaw Kung Fu to this one, but it's a close call. Graphics are big. As I say, they've tried realistic graphics and they've done quite well. It animates brilliantly on an 8-bit computer. I'd have to give a massive thumbs up for this one. You can have 1 or 2 players, so you can play a friend. One of them will have to be on keyboard though, I think. So it'll be tricky doing this on keyboard. But by hitting fire button in the directions, you can do various kicks. Direction without the fire button is punches, so they varied it there. Boom! Right into the midsection. We're not messing about. These guys look identical really, apart from their pyjamas. Black versus grey. Yeah, the background's colourful. They did this a bit on IK Plus on the Spectrum, a very colourful background, and the foreground is monochrome, but because you've got the variety, it works quite well. On the Amstrad CPC and Commodore 64, they could handle colour a little bit better, so those versions would be a bit more colourful. Not sure how they play. I'm sure it's very, very similar on those 8-bit systems. Haven't seen it on the BBC Micro either, or the Acorn Electron. They're two systems that really passed me by in the day. I think I was at junior school, and the school got its first ever computer to much fanfare. I think that may have been a BBC Micro or an Acorn Electron. I remember in my lunch break programming a big program that took all about an hour to make it beep a few beeps and tunes. It was a bit of anticlimax, really. The school computer. Do you remember those days? It was a massive thing, the school computer. Now everyone's got a computer in their pocket, on their phone. Soon to have a computer on their watch as well, with the iPhone. No, iWatch, or whatever it's called. Oh, we're too close here. We're too close. One of us is going to back off. It's going to have to be me. Or should we just run the clock down? Yes. There we go. Formation bowing. Here we go. Thanks, fellas. Is it Jedward? I hope not. Right. First down. Let's see if we can get off this level. Oops, that's not going to help. A kick to the shin. I don't know if there's any karate experts out there. But is this the way karate works? You versus your opponent. First to 2 points each bout. I think it worked that way in the Karate Kid, didn't it? I mean the original one. Not that one with Will Smith's son in it. Right, let's just keep trying this. Oh dear, this is all going bad. Have I lost? Yep, he's got two yin-yang symbols, so that's game over. Shall we have another go? I think we should do. As I say, quite basic. The gameplay is good. Has you coming back for more? In 1985, it was a bit of a beauty, and therefore, as I say, got awarded the best sports game of that year. Good stuff. Everybody was kung fu fighting. I'll bear you the rest of that song. Oh, look at that! It's got super points or a roundhouse kick. That's probably the most complicated move in the game. Oops, let's not over-egg it. Oops, oh, I'm facing the wrong direction. Yeah, and that's what happens for cockiness. Punch to the face. Flying kick gets good points as well. That's not how you do it. There we go, that's how you do one. Let's try one out. Oops, it's not working. Boom. One of my favourite karate films of all time is Way of the Dragon. Or Enter the Dragon. I think it's Enter the Dragon, isn't it? It's got Chuck Norris in it, Bruce Lee, and that other chap. Good film, that. I haven't got it on DVD. I wonder if it's available on Blu-ray. I should search that out on Amazon. That needs to be on my shelf, I think. Way or Enter the Dragon, that's it. Not to be mixed up with this, which is Way of the Exploding Fist. Right, I'm doing quite well here. It's 1.5 versus half. You get awarded half a point if you've won the bout, but it's not a solid contact. But he's floored. I don't know if that's a river in the background, is it? I think it must be, going under a green bridge. It's all very enchanted. Right, we're back here again. Let's see if we can get off this level so we can show you a change of scenery. Very see-through, these characters, but I can forgive that. As long as the gameplay's there. Good old Spectrum days. So you might have noticed, if you pull back on the joystick, it goes to block. Sometimes it defaults to block, which is a bit of a lifesaver. Spectrum only had 8 colours, but you could do a command called Bright 1, which brightened it, and they've done that in the background there to create a light blue and dark blue shading in that screen, and that's pretty clever. You see on the circle grate behind the judge there, they've struggled a little bit round the corners, a bit of white bleed into the blue, but that's not overly bad either. They've struggled to colour the door in green. You can see in the top left there's a small corner they haven't been able to do. Fair play. I mean, geniuses, people that program these sort of games. At the time, this one is a cut above the rest that were coming out. It brought the arcades into your living room. So very pleasing to the eye. Would have spent a lot of hours on this. And he's winded. I think we've got to beat him one more time, then we get a change of scenery. Or do we get a change of scenery now? We got a change of scenery now, yes. A great Buddha statue in the background, if that indeed is what it is. So we're back outside, and I've got floored again. So gradually your opponent gets slightly better. He gets used to your one move business, and he can time it. Oh dear, this isn't going good. Concentrate, Nicholas. The mountain is white in the background this time. Right, let's time this. This is like Come Dancing, this. Boom. Oops. Yeah, blocking and jumping is what I'm not doing. I'm just going all out attack. Oh, that's a shame. Yes. Oh, boom. Oh, why didn't that hit? Yes. Right, game on. Oh, it wasn't a solid contact. So it's 1.5 versus half. So it's not looking good here. Oh, now it's looking extra super bad. So that was the end of me. So I hope you liked having a look at that one. That was Way of the Exploding Fist, sometimes called The Way of the Exploding Fist, but let's not split hairs. Published by Melbourne House in 1985. Thanks always for watching, always appreciated. Rate, comment and subscribe if you must, that's appreciated as well. Until next time, take care and goodbye.
Goodbye.